overcompensate for the fact that it used to not be equal. That's still not equality. Like, two wrongs don't make a right. It's not one of those situations. But also, you don't just get to pick and choose what parts you want. Equality means if I go punch a grown-ass man in the face, he's gonna punch me right back. Also, I would like to point out the fact that if you cannot do the job as well as your male counterparts can do, you do not deserve to make the same pay. I don't care if you're a woman, I don't care if you're a man, I don't care what you are. However you identify, whatever, none of it matters. If you cannot do the job to the same quality as your counterpart, no matter what the gender association is, you should not be making the same pay because you are not doing the same caliber of work. Same situation, and people are going to get pissed about this, but when it comes to special operations in the military, if you cannot keep up with your male counterparts and they have to risk their lives to worry about protecting you, you shouldn't be there. You shouldn't be there. Equality means you have to fucking earn your spot.
I don't buy the idea that there is a one and only. We used to marry till death do us apart. Today we marry till love dies. We used to marry and have sex for the first time. Today you marry and you stop having sex with others. You used to have monogamy, one person for life, and today monogamy is one person at a time. And everybody says I'm monogamous in all my relationships. Yeah. And it supposedly makes sense. So the norms are changing so fast. There is nothing you can do when you leave a person than to tell them that you are so sorry that you're hurting them, and you have loved them deeply, and you wish them the best, and you thank them for everything they've given you, and you wish for them the best, and yet you're going to go. And it is just raw pain. You can't circumvent that. Heartbreak is heartbreak.
You know, I don't make these videos to rally for the support of men, nor do I do it to tear down women. I make these videos because I need women to understand the emotional and mental impact that their words and their actions are having on their sons. I need them to understand what that role of a mother means to their sons. These young men are out here hurting. They are hurting. And far too many women are so caught up in their I'm a victim, woe is me, selfish bullshit that the cries of these young men are not being heard. If you want better men, it starts with better mothers.
You guys
Please watch this.
My TikTok, I say whatever I want.
Say it.
So, why are we sending guys to jail when we are triggering them?
Milo on TikTok.
Mental abuse ain't no fucking joke. When you call a guy you fucking bitch, you ain't shit. You're never gonna be shit when you're in their fucking face right here and you expect for them not to do anything?
Facts.
Move, bitch. Back the fuck up. I do not condone violence, but mental abuse is equivalent to you socking somebody in the fucking face.
Say that shit again, Milo!
Stop sending men to fucking jail for something that you're in fucking fault of. Don't fuck up guys' lives. What the fuck?
I love her.
This is crazy.
The fellas can confirm this with me. Men have to fight the world all day. They don't want to come home to fight and be in combat with their women. Sad to think that so many men have to avoid coming home after work so can avoid conflicts in their own home.
It's a hard thing to admit, but it's understandable why they would choose to go their own way. And that's what's scary, is there's actually a rational reason why they would do that.
Men going their own way. And you can think what you want about it, but this is a really big problem for women, for us, for our future, for families, for you to find a partner. If a population of good men are walking away because they're fed up with women,
if you're being told all your life that you are bad and wrong just for being a man, and that you have toxic masculinity for being a man, and that, you know, women, there's this famous expression that, you know, a woman needs a man just like a fish needs a bicycle. And that men are basically useless. And that men are terrible, and that, you know, women are superior.
In our society, it's very callous towards men. The only message most men hear in the world is that they're a bumbling buffoon. The TV shows are full of idiot men. Commercials show men as buffoons. The society is against them. All they hear about is what idiots men are.
It's the mass of women that are taking over the culture and representing women. They're loud, they're mean, they say they want equality. Why are they not protesting in the streets for the changing the laws for alimony or child support or child custody? Because they don't want equality, they want superiority.
The male gender has more of a slave state, and it's because men are now subjugated to the law and to women, and nobody really believes it except the men who go through, say, the court. But most men think that they're exempt from that until they end up in a bad situation.
Ladies might want to argue with me on this, but when men say they want feminine and submissive women, I don't think it means they want to oppress or control us. There's a big difference here. Why don't we just embrace our natural roles?
Black women are above criticism right now. And I don't know why that is or where it came from, but it needs to stop. This is why Cori Bush and people like Stacey Adams are being heralded as the epitome of black excellence when they could really be poster children for obesity, diabetes, and high blood pressure. This is why Joe Biden could have spoken to any woman in America that he wanted to, but he talked to Cardi B, who could barely string a sentence together, but no one wanted to say anything because she's a black woman. This is why you have single black women having children, having child after child, but no one wants to say anything as she screams, "I don't need a man," while she teaches your daughters these same values and raise your sons to be gangbangers and no one wants to say anything to black women.
The reason why I like Kevin Samuels and how he would call out black women is because I'm Puerto Rican. And so we have like similar problems where we're out here absolutely prepared to curse out and fight men and then complaining that we're single. Meanwhile, our kids suffer because of it. And like me as a minority woman, I'm like, no way, like I can figure this out. So I had to learn how to not be argumentative. Like when I was first with my husband, we were dating, like it took a long time for me to stop being rude because that was my baseline and I had already done some work on it. Okay, so this is like really sad that I did work to be less rude just to be like, you need to do more. But that I did not talk any differently than the women in my family that came before me. I thought it was normal. And I didn't know that when you disrespect men, they don't feel love. But once I figured that out, I was like, well, that's not nice. Yeah. I was like, okay, well, I want him to feel like I love him. Yeah.
You know what I notice about some women is that some women expect for a man to love her unconditionally, but she wants to love this man under conditions. What this man can do for her, how much he can provide, how much money he make, where he work, what type of job he doing. But this man is supposed to accept you with open arms. Baby, you have yet to heal from childhood trauma. Your mama and your daddy failed you. You still have abandonment issues, baby. You insecure with yourself because you sitting here comparing yourself to this girl on social media. You don't even like the way that you look, but this man is supposed to accept you and love you unconditionally. Have you checked on that man's mental health? Have you called him and asked him, is he okay? Did you tell him that he was a king? Did you make him feel like that? And a lot of women say it's not my job to shape and mold a man. That may not be your job, but it ain't your job to damn sure as hell stress that man out. But he gotta love you unconditionally and take you and your badass kids. I'm sorry. Call me.
You know, this one's for the men. We're gonna do it again. But this time, let's go for you females out there. What are you all doing? You all sitting there on TikTok and any social media you can ruining men. So let's talk about the truth. A female can outpower a man physically 9 times out of 10. So what she will do instead is that she will play the utmost amount of mind games that she can to win an argument. She will use manipulation, gaslighting, anything she can to win that argument. She's going to do it. And after that, you're going to sit there and humiliate him. After that, you're going to sit there and give him all the blame. And then you're going to call him the narcissist and take no responsibility for the fact that you've just broken a man. The same man that was coming home with money and keeping a roof over your head and putting clothes on your kids. You don't care about that just as long as you are right. Females are worse than men these days. It's not the other way around anymore.
this was an inflammatory response to a horrible thing that an actual, public servant, a policeman said to women was that, the reason basically they were getting raped was because they were dressing provocatively. And obviously that's not true, so that's what sparked this to happen.
I don't know that that's not true, actually, Dr. Lisa. I think that...
Wait. Okay, you're saying that the way a woman dresses, that actually should provoke her to get raped?
I'm not saying it should, but the behavior that you're engaging in is inviting danger.
No, that's where you're
inviting danger.
That's where you're dehumanizing women. That's where you're dehumanizing women. Because a woman, Jillian, should be able to dress any way she wants to.
I completely understand what you're saying, but when women do that,
thank you. Something comes with the turf.
It's one thing to say that we're not saying a woman brings it on herself, but why would you want to celebrate sluttishness? I'm all for dressing provocatively, but sluttishly, and they're bragging about it?
It's irony, okay? What they're trying to do is they're trying to be ironic, and they're trying to make something funny that is a negative epithet.
Celebrating women's sexuality and also protecting them.
Are they imagining that there's a potential rapist out there who sees women walking by with signs saying sluts and says to himself, I didn't realize I couldn't rape a woman because she was dressed provocatively. Well, now I know. I don't really see what the point is.
Well, the point, they're just taking the point a little wrong direction.
What is a conversation that the culture isn't ready to have? I'm gonna go first. One conversation that the culture ain't ready to have is that being a prostitute ain't gonna make you a wife. In the aspects of every single time when hot girl summer comes around, y'all can be blatant prostitutes. Blatant prostitutes. Y'all wondering where all the good guys at? The good guys ain't where you are. You acting like a damn prostitute. Why would a good guy want a prostitute? Did I say that? Yes, I did. A good guy don't want no darn prostitute. They don't want no darn prostitute. What they do want is a classy girl, bossy babe, has her things in place, doesn't sleep around with multiple men. Okay? Has her own bag, but is also submissive, but also lets the man lead, but also is just very feminine and beautiful and elegant in her nature. That is what a man wants. A man don't want no damn Megan Thee Stallion. Ow. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's not what a man wants. And you can ask all the men. They don't want that, bro. You're wondering why you cannot hold down a relationship. You're acting like Megan Thee Stallion on the weekends. Men don't want that. I'm sorry, but I had to say it.
Asking girls difficult questions when it comes to dating. Let's take a look.
Is it okay for women to paint men with a broad brush as something to be feared, but if men did the same thing to women, it would be considered sexist?
That's a good question, and I think that, honestly, this world is a little bit sexist in that department, but I don't have an answer for that.
Okay, does a woman's behavior play any role in how she's treated by men?
Depends. It's like to an extreme, yes, but not in general, no.
So women aren't held accountable at all, or?
I think they should be. I don't think they are as much as men are.
Okay, well, why are people so quick to blame the man when things go south in their relationship?
That's a good question. I think that society also thinks that men usually do the wrong just because women are a lot more emotional, so what they say to people and stuff is a lot.
I talk about as if when I'm talking about women, there's a problem, as if I'm always talking against women, and that's not the case. It's just the ones that do the rounds again is because it's basically what Kevin Samuels said. Before he started addressing women, he was addressing men, and no one cared. He wasn't going viral, no one gave a shit. The moment he started talking about women got really upset about it and basically made him Kevin Samuels. Because we're emotional, we're reactive, and that's okay.